Hello everyone. Today we will discuss Unit 1 of Novel Drug Delivery System subject. The first unit is what is Controlled Drug Delivery System? What is CDDS? First of all, we have to understand what is the meaning of Controlled Drug Delivery System. Controlled drug delivery system means we are administrating a drug and then the drug will release in the body in a very controlled, predetermined rate and predetermined order. And this is the basis of controlled drug delivery system. First of all, we will discuss its introduction part. Most of the conventional drug delivery systems are known to provide immediate release of drug with little or no control over delivery rate. The first reason of opting this controlled drug delivery system is there were various disadvantages with the conventional drug delivery system. First disadvantage was there was no control over the delivery of the drug in the body. To achieve and maintain therapeutic effect, plasma concentration, several doses are needed daily. So we have to give a drug twice or thrice to the patient or maybe 4 times, and it is very inconvenient for the patient to take a dose, to take a drug 3 or 4 times in a day, which may cause significant fluctuation in plasma levels. Because of these fluctuation in plasma drug levels, the drug level could fall below the minimum effective concentration or it exceed the minimum toxic concentration. But for a good pharmacological effect, it should lie between MEC and MTC. If it crosses this therapeutic window, if it is higher than MTC, then it is very dangerous for the human body or for any other body. And if it is lesser than MEC, then it will not cause its pharmacological effect properly. So for producing a good pharmacological effect, the drug should lie between this therapeutic window. Such fluctuation result in unwanted side effects or lack of intended therapeutic benefit to the patient. Because of these fluctuation, we move from conventional dosage form to the controlled drug delivery system. Controlled release drug delivery system can reduce the undesired fluctuation of the drug levels, thus reducing the side effect. In this way, side effect of the drug are also reduced while improving the therapeutic outcome of the drug also. If we see a graph between drug plasma and the time, then the graph will be this. Drug plasma level is plotted on y-axis and time is plotted on n-axis. If we are taking a drug once in a day, then its window will be like this. Then again there is need to intake another dose, then it will cause the drug plasma concentration in this way. And if we take again the drug, then it has crossed MTC, and we can say it is outer from the MTC, and this limit is very dangerous for body. And now we can also see if we have taken only one drug at a single time, then it lies between MEC. So if we see the graph of plasma drug level and time of controlled drug release, then we can see a graph, and this graph lies between this window of MEC and MTC, and then drug is released from the body. So this is the difference between a conventional dosage form and a controlled dosage form, because here the drug plasma level lies within the therapeutic window. Now, what are the different terminology of this chapter? First one is what is sustained release. Sustained release, these are the drug delivery system that are designed to achieve a prolonged therapeutic effect by continuously releasing medication over an extended period of time after administration of single dose of the drug. It means here uh, after taking the drug will goes out into the body, and from there it will release slowly, but the rate is not determined, only the release rate is delayed. So this type of formulation is called sustained release. Another type of formulation is controlled release. Here, drug is released from the delivery system in a planned, predictable, and lower than normal manner for a longer period of time. In both the cases of sustained release and controlled release formulation, drug delivery from the dosage form is very slow, but here the rate is predetermined and predictable and planned. But in case of sustained release, the drug release is slower, but it is not planned. So it is the main disadvantage of sustained release, and this is the main advantage of controlled release formulation. Now the graph between plasma concentration and time. If we are talking about conventional release, then we will achieve this type of graph. Here, when the drug is administered in the body, immediately it releases and then eliminate out. But if we give the drug in sustained release, then the onset of action of drug is slower, and then drug is released in the body and then it is eliminated. And if we are talking about controlled release formulation, its onset of action is not so slow, but the rate of releasing drug is constant, and that is zero order. It is not dependent on the concentration of the drug in the body, and this is the main order which is required for slow release and planned release of the drug. There are some other type of delivery system also, that is site specific and receptor release. They are designed to target the drug directly to the certain location. If they release the drug to a specific organ, then it is called organ specific. And if it is releasing the drug on a receptor that is present on a tissue or organ, then it is called tissue receptor release. Then what is delayed release formulation? Delayed, as its name suggests, here the rate of release of drug is delayed to some extent. According to the USP, delayed release formulations are also enteric coated formulation. Here the drug release is delayed until the medicine has passed through the stomach to prevent the drug from being destroyed or inactivated by gastric juice. Extended release formulation, according to USP, extended release formulation, in such type of formulation, the medicament available over an extended period of time following ingestion. Then what is the advantage of controlled drug delivery system? Why we are following this? First one is reduced dosing frequency, because in case of controlled drug delivery system, dosing frequency is reduced. We have to take a drug once in a 24 hour. Second is dose reduction. Dose is also reduced, because if we are taking a 500 mg drug once and we are taking it 4 times, then it means in conventional doses form we are taking 2000 mg drug. But in such cases we are just taking a single drug. It may be higher than 500 mg, but it is lesser than 2000 microgram. Third, improved patient compliance. If patient has to take the drug once, then automatically it is going to improve its compliance. Fourth, a constant level of plasma drug in blood plasma, because here it follows zero order, so a constant level is achieved. Reduced toxicity due to overdose, because here overdose is not taken, so toxicity related to overdose is reduced. Night time doses can be avoided, because here we are taking a drug once or twice, so we can avoid the night time dosing. This is also economical. Total amount of drug administered can be reduced, thus maximizing availability with minimum dose. Second, minimizing local side effect, and third, minimizing drug accumulation in the body. There are some disadvantage also of CDDS system. What are these? First is the probability of dose dumping. The dose comes out from the formulation before it reaches to the site of action. Second, cost of single unit higher than conventional dosage form, because here some special or extra ingredient has to be added to make it in controlled way, so its cost of single unit is comparatively high. Third, the requirement for additional patient education for proper medication is very necessary here. Fourth, poor in vivo in vitro correlation. Sixth, delay in onset of drug action in some cases is also seen. These are the basic introductory part of controlled drug delivery system. Thanks.